Hey guys, welcome to another Heavy Metal Diecast video, and this is our 200th review. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different. This is actually not a diecast one, it's plastic. So this is by PMA, it's Precision Model Art. It is in 1/72nd scale, and it is the Horten H.IX or the Gotha Go 229, depending on what way you want to say it. It was designed by the Horten brothers, but the manufacturing was taken over by that company. This was a German sort of flying wing design that was developed by Reimar and Walter Horten at the later stages of World War II. And it was the first of its type to be powered by jet engines as well. So 3 prototypes were ordered after Göring said, yep, thumbs up, do it, boys. And they were in various stages by the end of the war, with the first flight being by a unpowered glider version, and the handling characteristics was really good. And that was in the March of 1944. And then the second prototype, that was fitted with the UMO 004 turbojet engines. That had a couple of successful flights, and then I think on its third test flight, after 45 minutes of flying, it did have an engine failure, and unfortunately it did, the pilot was trying to save it, but unfortunately it did crash, and it did kill the test pilot. And that was unfortunate. And the third prototype, it was actually captured by the US forces and sent back to America for testing. And it is currently housed at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. So the Americans do still have the third prototype in their possession. And I think it's even been restored. So it's going to go under some sort of restoration, I think. So you lucky people in America, you get to check out this bad boy in the flesh, and I'll get to check it out in the plastic. So, but overall, look, I actually envisaged it to be quite large because of the 1,000 by 1,000 by 1,000 requirements that the Germans were requesting at the time of the war. Like, it needed to carry 1,000 kilos of bombs, needed to fly 1,000 kilometers an hour, and need to have 1,000 kilometers range and stuff like that. So, and it is still reasonably small size. So. But what we'll do is we'll get this bad boy out of the packet and have a real good look at it. And as I said, it's all plastic. And as you can see there, it is really nice. This, even though it's plastic, it did set me back $125, including the postage and everything to get to me. And I think, well, there's not too many of these around, so I figure it was worth a bit of coin to get something a little bit unusual. And it comes with a set of tweezers. That's going to be handy. I should invest in some tweezers normally, but that will be handy in some future assembly of some of the models that we're putting up. But we'll get this bad boy open and have a real good look at it. So just get that lid off. It does come with a little set of instructions, and when I say little, they are little. So apparently there is some engine detail and everything like that. So we will dive into that as well. I'll have a real good look there, and those details look really nice. What we'll do is we'll get this out of the packet, and as you can see out of the packet, those details, they are really nice. I mean, it's fairly light because, as I said, this is plastic, but the weathering and the paintwork, really gorgeous. This is really well done. We'll turn it around. I'm amazed by this. This is really well done. The quality finish on this is excellent, I have to say. We'll gently flip her over. And the underneath the details of the aircraft are just as good. It's got some fantastic lines. Excellent shading. It's this is really well made. I think overall this is fantastic. It's something unusual. It's like you don't have too many options for these. So I think they do. PMA do a camouflage version as well, which is multicolored with some greens and stuff like that. So I think there is an option for that as well. What we'll do is we'll see if we can. So if you lift this section off, oh Jesus! I'm hoping that comes through, but that is the detail of the engines. My God, Hopefully you can see that. It's got all the cockpit details. It has got some fantastic detail of the engine inside there, both engines inside, and also some cockpits. It's got some framework details. That's pretty full on. I think that's absolutely insane. But wow, wowee. Okay, cool. No, that is shit hot. That is. I think that's fantastic. But yeah, so I suppose you can have the option to have it on display like that, or with the top section on, which you just place it back on and then click it into place. But what we'll do is we'll assemble this bad boy with some landing gear, and we will chuck some landing gear on that right now. Okay, so first off, you have to get these two pieces off to get the landing gear. I mean, it's got the retracted wheel in there. It has got some fantastic detail in there as well, again. But getting these off, really, really hard. I had to get little razor blades in. I've scratched it a little bit here and there because this was really tight in there. And I found it really, really hard to, as you can see, a little bit of paint scratch there. It wouldn't just sort of grab out nice and easy. So you do have to be prepared to sort of dig them out a little bit, and you just pray to baby Jesus that you don't scratch it or damage it too much trying to pop those out, because they're pushed really hard in there, and they're tightly fitted, so the tolerances are really, really nice and tight, which is good if you plan on keeping it in flight. But if you want to take the bits off, it does create a bit of a pain in the ass, especially for me. But this doesn't come with a stand or anything like that, so you do. I don't know how you display it with in-flight. I suppose you buy one of those router type stands and you can just chuck it on there. But I display mine wheels down, so I needed to get these off. So what we'll do is we'll whack that landing gear on and show you with the landing gear on. And here it is with the landing gear on. Oh, gee. It was not fun at all. I'd recommend displaying this in flight. I had real issues putting the landing gear on, despite the fact of trying to get those little pieces out to get access to put the gear down option on. I needed beer to calm my nerves. It took me so long to try and get all the gear bay doors to stay in place. It's just it was driving me a little insane. Look, you know, maybe it's because I'm an old bastard and my coordination isn't that crash hot, but it was a little bit of a pain in the ass for me. It would have been fantastic if it was just a drop-in module in either spot, and that would have been really, really good. But you had to put this little individual door here. There's a little individual door there. There's the wheels there, individual door there, wheels there, two individual doors there. The front wheel there that has a strut brace that needs to be inserted into another section before you can actually push it into the front. These doors weren't staying in place, so I actually had to put a couple of drops of super glue in just to stabilize them in place. I'm displaying this permanently wheels down anyway, so I didn't care about putting this in, having them fixed permanently with a little bit of glue. These kept sort of dropping out. They wouldn't stay in place properly, so I did the same thing with that. The wheels went in okay, but yeah, to be honest, it was for me a little bit of a nightmare. But as I say, this is just my personal experience. I'm not going to rag on the model and say it's shit or anything like that. I'm just saying my personal experience. I did have an issue with trying to put this in a gear down position. But look, to be honest, this is still a fantastic rendition of the Horten 229. And, you know, this is a future aircraft, you know, Luftwaffe 46. But I think it is really nice. Look, the paintwork and everything like that is fantastic. I think it's really nice. Overall, it's really, I like it. I still like it. It's just, if I had a lot of these to build, I'd be an alcoholic. So if I had to put a lot of these together all at one time. But the little canopy does open as well if you want to display it just with the canopy open as well and have a look into the inside detail. But overall, look, I still think it's a very nice rendition. And as I said, you're not going to get a ton of these ready-made models of this particular aircraft. As I said, there's only 3 made, like in the 3 prototypes. It never did get into full production. And as I said, if you're lucky to be an American and you have access at the Smithsonian to see the only remaining prototype that the Americans did capture at the end of World War II. But I'll gently place this down and show you how it sits. It sits nice and little squat. I'll zoom in for you because, as I said, it's not the most largest aircraft you can get. But look, as I said, overall, I think it's a nice addition. As I said, it was around $125. That was including the postage to me as well. It's not the cheapest, considering it's plastic, but I saw it and I thought, I want to check this bad boy out. So I did. I pulled the trigger and paid my cash for it. So look, and I've never got one of these PMA models before, and I think they're really nice builds. So for a plastic model, and I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, this is the Horten H.IX or the Gotha Go 229, as made by Precision Model Art or PMA. It's in 1/72 scale. This is plastic. And as I showed, it's got great detail. It's really nice. And what I'll do is I'll take some happy snaps of this bad boy and show you without the sausage fingers in the way. I'll grab another beer and get that done because I really need to settle these nerves after putting that landing gear on. So, all right, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, give us a bit of a like. That'd be awesome. And why not subscribe to the channel if you really enjoy what I'm doing. So once again, thank you very much, and thank you again for all those who have stuck around. It is our 200th review, and hopefully it was a decent one. It was a little bit of a headache for me, but this is part and parcel of me doing these videos. I enjoy it. I'm opening it all for the first time with you guys, and we're going to town on these things together for the very first time. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for hanging around, and enjoy the pictures at the conclusion of this video, and take it easy and cheers.